When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to the home of the Tulane Green Wave, Human Stadium in New Orleans, Louisiana. As we'll see a team sitting in the top 5 of the conference standings, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on another team from the ACC, the Tulane Green Wave. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Noles will kick it away to start us off. Looking for blockers. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Tulane's offense will go to work first. And Jesse, this is going to be a fun test. This receiver, if you leave him in man coverage, you might be in for some trouble.
And so when you get him into one-on-ones, you got to throw his way. He's a really good route runner. He can catch the football. And then when the defense decides to double cover and take him away, that's when you go somewhere else with the football or you run it. The balance in this...
Turning it on! Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they kick-started this drive with that one. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. To the air on 1st down. Catch in the middle, it's Edwards. Guys, let's take a second here and think about Tulane. Good pickup on the recruiting trail last week. 3-star offensive lineman, gives them a verbal, and this is the type of talent they need to get into the program and then develop.
Yeah, and this really was more of an emotional decision, I think, for him as well. He's been a fan of this program ever since he was a young boy, and now he's getting a chance to live out his dreams. As a 3-star, he had opportunities to go elsewhere, to play in better conferences against better competition, but this for him felt like home. And now he has a chance to go out and live that dream.
Lost to throw again. A strike downfield. That'll be enough for the 1st down as they mark it down at the 30. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Florida State.
Trying to start the drive with a pass. Fires left. Got him in the open. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. They go to the ground. There he goes. Got enough for the 1st down. Wrestled out of bounds at the 26. A huge pickup on the ground. Seminoles have always been known for explosive, flashy, big plays, but think of guys like Dalvin Cook and the toughness that he ran with. That's on display here.
And then those guys that I think of, too, with work done, where you hand them the football and big plays can happen, and offenses have been built around that for years at Florida State, finding that guy to hand the ball to.
Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17.
Hey, how about it? How about the old toss play, right? QB catches the ball, tosses it to the running back. Listen, it's got to be thrown out in front of him so he can continue to run, and then that offensive line has to do a really good job of getting the edge so he can get north and south. Used to see that play a ton back in the day. You just don't see much of it anymore.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Seminoles will snap it on 1st and 10. The give to the back. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Knowles! Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, you know, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Off to a good start here and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. He might want another play. Fires to the middle. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown Seminoles. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Going to throw it over the top of the deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Working well behind the sticks on second down. They'll move the wide receiver. On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. The offense stays on the field. Maybe they'll try to make the defense jump. They also might try to run it ahead for 1 yard. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. Offense stays on the field on 4th and 1. I'm not sure they're just trying to make the defense jump. I believe they think they can get it. Has to get there to move the sticks. Oh, he's got some space. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
And obviously, if you're going to be in the discussion for the Heisman Trophy, you got to be putting out big stat games week in, week out. He's been doing it all season long and obviously had over 100 rushing yards his last time out. He's doing it again here today in a game where a lot of Heisman Trophy voters, they're watching this one.
Power football with the run.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
He's in open space downfield. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
And obviously this guy's been hyped up, and we've talked about him in the Heisman race. What do you have to do? You got to finish strong. The voters are watching what you do at the end of the season. Awesome opportunity. Put together a 100-yard game last week. Put some stats up. Get a bunch of touchdowns. You know, really finish strong so you can get in that Heisman race and maybe go win that big trophy.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know.
He can't corral the pitch. The ball's on the ground. Defense trying to take it back. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. The offense changing the play. They'll start this drive going to the air. He's got it on the left. Here he goes. The 20. Touchdown, Florida State. He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any.
They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Looking downfield on first down. It's complete on the right side. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Wants to fire on second down. He's got him. He stepped out of bounds after a huge play, but hang on just a second. Defense might get bailed out here by a flag. You just can't hit the quarterback like that. The defender got caught red-handed. Just couldn't stay off the quarterback, and that roughing the passer call has them set up with a 1st and 10. He wants to change this route. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start.
False start offense.
And the penalty will be accepted. The offense says, thank you very much. Here comes the offense on first down. Wide receiver going in motion. Trying to get the edge on the right. Find some fresh air. To the 10. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This offense has been running up and down the field, and here they are, 1st and goal, a chance to tack on another one. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, no! A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, a quick strike.
All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. He wants to start this drive with a pass. They're working that left side. The Seminoles in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Gonna take a shot. He's got it. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Seminoles.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his second touchdown of the game.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard. He hurls one deep down the left side. A full dive to haul that one in.
You know, as a quarterback in college football, if you just play one play at a time and do your job, the stats are going to come, the wins are going to come. Here we are late in the year. With that last completion, he's now surpassed 4,000 yards passing on the year.
Wants to throw on first down. He'll take a shot. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
And they finally get to this guy, and he's electric. He's dynamic. He can make plays with his feet and scramble around. And I think they got used to it in the first half. And now, if they want to win this football game, they got to continue to catch that fast joker and get him on the ground.
And they can't make the connection on third down.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him, getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple of games.
Looking for a deep man. Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. Touchdown, Florida State. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Every time we speak to defenses before they play this guy, they all know he's going to get the ball thrown his way. They always come up with creative and exotic ways to try to cover him in the back end, but they're never able to get it done. This guy just beats.
Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did.
Breaks into the open. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move. They couldn't draw up a better way to start a drive, and now they've got it 1st and 10 from the 41. They'll ride the hot hand. Oh, he's got a chance. Flying down the right side. Past the 10. Touchdown, Knowles. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him. That's what finishing the deal looks like. Build the lead in the 4th quarter and close in on 11 straight victories.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
To the air on 2nd down. Gets it out quickly. And eventually taken down, but what about that spin move? Gives him the 1st down yardage. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the dub.
From the 22 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires toward the target. Got his man downfield. Touchdown Seminoles! A great catch and run for 6. You can see it on the sideline. They've built a comfortable fourth-quarter lead, and they know they're going to go 11-0.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns.
All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football. You preserve the lead. You got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far. It'll be 3rd and long. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. How about that play behind the line as they lose 5? They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Might be calling a hot route. They're throwing for it on 4th down. He'll take a deep shot here. Makes the grab on the big throw.
You know, I love offensive coordinators that want to stay aggressive, and they've come up with big plays all game long. It's a big reason why they have this lead right now, and they're not backing off here in the 4th quarter. They're letting their guys go play. The entire playbook is open to them, and they're taking shots.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Back open in the middle. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
They'll run the toss. Nice move there. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's 1st down.
We know this guy is in contention right now for the Heisman Trophy, and this late in the year, if you're going to bring that home, you got to put up big stat games, right? Had over 100 rushing yards his last time out. He's doing it again today. He is turning it on late this season.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the 1st down.
This guy's been special today. Coming into this one, they thought they had an opportunity really to get him going, running the football, and he has delivered. You've seen the speed, the vision, his ability to break tackles. Well over 100 rushing yards in this game, and that's why they have a nice lead here late.
And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation. And they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet. And that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
and it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better, you know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy, great execution, just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.